we are going on a journey once again. Get ready for adventures in many lands and many challenges.
Let me out, or you will regret it.
Each adventure has its goal. You choose how to get there.
This forest is very strange. Be careful.
Get an advantage.
Today, you will be free.
Or fight like a Viking.
Attack!
Create an epic team and decide together how to win. Develop the experience because fate is in your hands. I promise many adventures because I am a child from the stars. Because I am Thorgal. Pledge now.
Hello, hello, this is Check Portal Games, and today with me special guest.
Rafał Szyma, Portal Games, hello.
And this is a dedicated special live to celebrate the launch of the campaign Thorgal, the board game. This is our new GameFound campaign, and Rafał is one of the designers of the game. I will ask him a couple of questions in a moment. And we want to celebrate the launch of the campaign. We want to answer your questions. We are doing a live stream, so if you have any questions, put them in the chat and we will read them and we'll answer them. And I want to give you a quick rundown about the game. Obviously, on the GameFound page for the Thorgal, the board game, you will see reviews from the famous reviewers. So watch what they say about the game, look for their opinion. But here I am, Ruby. Hello, Sylvester. First of all, designer team for the game, Joanna Kijanka. You guys know Joanna Kijanka for many expansions for Empires of the North, for many expansions for Hiroshima Hex. She was co-designing with me Empires of the North, a super talented young designer from Poland. She was designing this game along with Jan Maurycy. He's a young designer from Warsaw. He is working in our development team. He's been like 2 years already. He was a developer for the game 11. You might know the game 11, our previous GameFound campaign. Super successful, very great feedback from you, great ratings on Board Game Geek, so you might have some trust in Jan Maurycy. And the third designer, Rafał, who was responsible for the lore, for all the stories, for the whole narrative of the game. Big fan of Thorgal, who wrote the whole stories, all the stories for the game. The game comes with the 7 scenarios, and each of them, similarly to Robinson Crusoe, has a different set of rules, different goals, different objectives, and different boards. But what is unlike with Robinson Crusoe, it has completely different stories and paragraphs and lots of text and lots of histories. And we have some fans from Poland with us as well. Hello, hello to our fans in Poland. Many questions in the internet how it compares to other games from Portal Games, and I have to say it's completely different. It's a brand new beast. It's a different game. It's a hybrid game. There is a lot of Euro mechanism, like in 51st State, like Robinson Crusoe, like all the games that we do as Euro games. And then there's a lot of story mechanism. And the paragraph book that has more than 100 pages of different paragraphs, of different stories, different intros, outros, epilogues, dialogues with the non-player characters, etc., etc. Can we switch the camera so I can show the... We have for you today one of the scenarios, Thorgal's Temple. I will ask Rafał in a moment to describe you in a short the story for the game. But before we dive into the story of this scenario, this one scenario is provided for you through Tabletop Simulator. So you can go to our GameFound page for the Thorgal the board game. You can find the link to Tabletop Simulator, and you can play this scenario by yourself, with your friends, during the whole campaign. So we opened this mod, this e-version of the game during the campaign. So take some time during the weekend or during the evenings, read the rulebook. We made it available for you and play Thorgal's Temple to see how this game is unique, how this game is exceptional, and very, very unique. But the story, can you tell us about the story?
Sure. So the whole team was traveling through the lands, and it was caught by the evil ruler, Thorgal. And he builds his great castle, great palace, and the whole valley works for him as slaves. And now the players start in chains, and they need to free themselves, and they need to conquer the Thorgal. And they have two ways to do that. They can either decide to fight their way to the palace,
Yep.
or they may convince all the other slaves to rebel and to defeat the ruler as all together with all the people that they managed to free.
And there is some magical item.
Yeah, since the lore has some pretty cool little sci-fi bits in this Viking-like universe, we added it here and there in different scenarios too, to give that specific Thorgal touch.
So with this game, we have 7 different scenarios, and each scenario has different ways to win it. So we have this main objective, and you have various actions, and you can try to win the scenario in different ways. What I mean by that, I mean that this game has a quite a huge replayability. So the first time you play the game, the first time you play the scenario, most likely you will lose the scenario because they are quite difficult. You play the second time, you know how it works, you know how to understand all different actions. You might have chance to win, but most likely you will lose again. And then for the third or fourth time when you play the scenario, you know what's the action important, what are not important, where is something hidden, and then you win. So the game comes with 7 different scenarios. So if you play each of these scenarios, let's say 3 times to actually win this scenario, you have more than 20 games in this one box hidden. Each of the scenario is separate. This is not campaign game. You can pick any scenario you want and have fun with your friends, depending on the difficulty of the scenario, on artwork, or the theme, or whatever. So there's a lot of choices for you. And as I said, even though there is a paragraph book, even though if you, for instance, conquer these warriors and you get to this action, and this action says if you kill the warriors, you can go to the paragraph number 15 and get some stories about this very item. You go, you read this paragraph 15, and next time you play, you may remember this paragraph 15, but there is so many other different actions, so many different other paragraphs. So obviously you can, but it will be maybe boring if you want to play 10 times one scenario, but playing it 3 or 4 times, easy peasy. This is how we played this game, this is how we play tested, to play it a couple of times till you finally win this scenario. We want to give you some exclusive because you're with us. We appreciate you that you join our live stream. So we will, in a moment, we will show you a couple of illustrations, couple of artwork pieces from different scenarios that are not yet shown on the GameFound page. So we appreciate you, and we have some sneak peek for you. But before that, I will answer some questions because this is why we are doing live stream, because we want to answer all the questions from you. Scipion asks, is there a chance that Thorgal will reach players faster than Robinson Crusoe? This is a very legit question. I want to give all who watch this live stream right now the context. The context is that one of our games that we put on a GameFound, Robinson Crusoe, has delay, has a quite a big delay because it's almost a year of us. We plan to deliver the game, and lots of fans are disappointed, rightly so. But we learn, we made some tough decisions, and for this campaign we decided that we'll go only with a couple of language editions. So we decided to make this game only in Polish and English, these are our languages, and German, because we have full control over the German edition. And then we chose only 2 of our most trusted partners, the Spanish one and the Italian one, to do the Spanish and Italian edition. And for all other editions, if they happen in the future, hopefully yes, but not in this first wave. We want to have the full control over the process of production, over translation, over the speed and pace of providing files to the manufacturer. And the hard lesson that we had with Robinson Crusoe, which have like 12 or 13 languages, do you remember how many? Over the 10, that is for sure. It was epic, it was stunning to have so many partners, but it was so difficult to manage all the files, all the different language editions, all the different partners. And for this campaign, we decided, let's make the base game with our most trusted partners, Spanish and Italian, provide this game to our backers, and then if other partners want to do it, they can do it in the second wave. So yes, Scipion, I understand your question, and I hope the answer makes you comfortable. Ruby asked me, Ignacy, will you make sleeves available to purchase? Just wanted to know. Ruby, I don't know yet, to be honest, but I will pass this question to the production. I guess there will be questions like that in a GameFound comment. Indeed, we have big cards, so regular sleeves, and we have a small cards deck for items. So probably 2 or 3 packs of sleeves with Portal logo would make you happy and smile. So most likely it will happen, but I don't have it in writing. So please just accept that I will answer my production team to add it as add-on sleeves with Portal Games logo. Valdemar asked us, will there be any other paid add-ons during the campaign? As a backer, do I have to watch the campaign? Valdemar, you need to watch the campaign. Thank you for this question. This is a great question because during the campaign, we will have daily unlocks, which means that almost every day, not every day, but almost every day, we will unlock something interesting for you. So you want to see what we have for you. For instance, today we unlocked the 5th character, which is amazing. This is a daughter of Thorgal, and she's cute and amazing, and she has a wolf, and she's super. But besides that, so we will be unlocking different things, but also we will be challenging you, our backers, our friends, our community. We're challenging you with some quests, and depending on these challenges, depending on the result of the challenges, you might get something additional to your box, but it depends on the community. So Valdemar, yes, we want you to be with us every single day to see what's happening in the campaign, because we have a lot of surprises for you. Jeremy is with us. Hello, absolutely hello. Marek, Ruby, Marek, Ruby's talking to you. Sylvester asks, every chapter take place on 2 pages of the map or more? This is a great question. So can we, Marek, change to this camera so they see? Yeah. So this example of the one of the scenarios. This mentioned Thorgal's temple, and each scenario in the game is exactly 2 pages and has a beautiful layout, a beautiful artwork. The artwork is done by Polish illustrator Maciej Szymiński, who is super talented, and all these amazing illustrations are mind-blowing, and they present the different areas, different parts of the cities, of the lands, of the mountains, and each of the scenarios is, as I said, super unique and cool. And because we promise you to give you some sneak peek of something that is not yet shown on the GameFound page, because we appreciate that you are staying with us here on the live stream. Marek, can you show us and show them one of our secret maps?
Oh, of course.
So Marek is showing you now the map of one of the scenarios that is not yet shown on the GameFound campaign. Rafał, can you tell them a few words about this scenario?
Sure. Please note that the view of the board is completely different. It's more like a map now. That's because characters travels through the whole realm.
Epic journey.
Epic journey, and they try to sneak a giant's daughter and deliver her safely into the city on the coast. And the giant, the father, chases them and try to find out which way have they chosen and how clever are they, if they will be caught and the daughter comes back to father, or they will manage to set her free. So very different scenario, very different look, and a completely different gameplay.
Can I have another one?
Oh, here we and hold the team.
Wait. Yeah. Guys, look at the details of this page, because it's freaking amazing. Rafał is now describing this scenario, but look at the details because it's insane.
If you check bottom left corner of the image, you can see Thorgal, one of the main characters, sitting on a bee and traveling with a bee. So yeah, we are now in a giant's realm. The giant has captured several of our friends, and we have a huge haste mission to to release them from captivity and to sneak through the the most dangerous monsters like big chickens or evil cat, and
Rats, mouses.
yeah, mouses, mice, and we need to sneak into the house, into the giant house, and we have plenty of obstacles on our way.
So this altogether, as I said, altogether in the box you will have 7 unique scenarios. They have unique story, they have unique puzzle that you have to solve to figure out how to win the scenario. So a lot of replayability, lots of fun. For sure, some of these scenarios will be beloved. For sure, some of them you will hate because they are so different, so many various solutions and ideas, designing ideas. Dumidu from Africa is with us. Dumidu, we miss you. Thank you for being with us again on every single live stream. Greetings to you from Poland. Will there be characters to unlock during the campaign? Sylvester, we just unlocked the character today, daughter of Thorgal. I cannot spoil too much, but I will say be with us every single day because we have a lot of surprises for you, for our fans, and for fans of the Thorgal. Can I have once again a look from the above so I can talk about the rules for a bit? So as you can see, the whole mechanism of the game is this. Once again, move it. The Atlas of Adventure. So each scenario is separate pages, and each of them has different actions and different things that we can do on these scenarios, and each of them has different goals, objectives, etc., etc. In this scenario, as Rafał described you, we are a captive, and we have to work in these mines to get the stone to build the temple of Thorgal, and this is our goal. And in each area, because the board is divided into different areas, in each area players have several actions that they can do. For instance, in these actions they can find the guards, and if they conquer them, they will get a special paragraph, and they will read it from the paragraph book. As I mentioned, the paragraph book has more than 100 pages with different entries, different interesting things. Here in the quarry they can gather stone to unlock some other different things, and here they can gather stone and they can move to other part of the quarry. So there's plenty of things to do, and each of the scenarios has a separate action, separate goals, separate objectives to achieve. The whole mechanism is a worker placement. We have each of players has 2 workers if they are playing 2-player variant. Each of them has 1 worker if they are playing 4-player variant, and we spend these workers on various actions. And if you can see here, we have a row of actions. Many reviewers will present you this in more detail, so please check out the reviews on the GameFound page. But in a short detail, the players put these action pounds on different cards and activated these cards. And the smart mechanism of this game is that the power of the action depends on how many action pounds are already put on the board. So for instance, if I go here, in this situation, I would activate this action. This action says get 1 item, but it says get 0 items. So actually, I would get no items from this action. But if somebody is here already, and I put this action here, it says 0 items, but 1 item for each pawn left. So I would get 1 item. So now from this super simple example, and let me get one more example. I can go to fight. If I put here to fight, I'll get the bonuses for each pawn on the left. So many bonuses. So when you understand this simple concept of the game, you will understand that this cooperative game, is all about discussion at the table, depending in what round, in which turn we want to do which action, because we have to plan super carefully. And this is brilliant brainstorming and debating. Hey, go to this action because I needed that action and I need it more powerful. And you say, no, I need the other action, and you debate and decide. So when you ask me what type of game is Thorgal, I would say this is a very smart Euro game with extremely unique and smart action selection mechanism, with the ton of story, with the ton of paragraphs and introductions and outros and epilogues, because it's a board game that tells stories, because it's a Portal Games game, but with a super smart system of action selection. Mr. Zong asked me how it plays solo, just 1 character. Of course, it depends on you. If I was playtesting, I was playing 2 characters, but yes, you can play 1 character, but you will always have these 4 action pawns, so you will do 4 actions, so don't worry. Can I assume that during the campaign, some comic book adaptations, example, World Cup, will appear as an extra scenarios, maybe as a GameFound exclusive? Emil, we cannot confirm that. We cannot spoil too much, but we have lots of things prepared, that is for sure. I cannot confirm that there will be adaptations of the original albums, but maybe in the future there will be. So that was this super unique, very interesting action selection. I told you about this board, and that every board has a different scenario. What actions we have in the game is very simple. We can explore. That means that Rafał can show you now. In terms of the theme, the action explore shows that you are wandering around this area, that you are spending time, and you are looking for new resources, some friends, allies, some points of interest, and each character has a different ability to explore. They are using these Tetris shape tokens to put them on the cards to cover the icons that they want to cover, and depending how good in exploration your character is, how many of these Tetris shapes you have, you will cover that many icons, and you get, as I said, allies, experience points, maybe you'll find some enemies, maybe you'll find some resources, all the different stuff. So this is action exploration to get new stuff during wandering around the area. The other action is a gather action, and this means that you go to get the resources. You can get them either from this cards, either from each area has a dedicated resource. For instance, here in the quarry, your gather action will provide you with the stone. Here in the wood, the gather action will provide you with the wood or the gossip. A very interesting, very powerful resource. I love it the most in the game, because it unlocks another paragraph of the text, which I love. We have a craft action, which provides you with the new items. We have plenty of different items in the game. All of them come from the original comic books. If you haven't read the comic books, don't worry, but if you have, you will have a joy finding the actual items from the actual comic books. And these items are like the swords, bows, special arrows, medicine, and all the different things. You can find the magical rings, etc., etc. So this is a crafting to make your character stronger. Then we have this dedication. When you gather some resources, when you gather some knowledge, when you gather some items, you can dedicate them to one particular action. This is, for instance, here is an example. In a quarry, you can dedicate 4 stones to achieve something in a quarry. And then we have a movement which allows you to move around the board with the regions. The board is divided into different regions. Some of them are impossible to pass. For instance, this black line provides you no pass here, so you have to go all over the round to go to this village. And the last one is a fight. And I think that we will do a fight for you to show you how the fight works, because it's super simple, tactical, fast, and involves thinking, and involves rolling dice. So let's do a fight.
Do you want an easy enemy or
Yes,
a strong one?
I want no strong one. I want easy.
All right.
First of all, I will play Kriss for this example. So each character has a dedicated dice that they use in the combat. At the very beginning, Kriss fights with the yellow and the green die. Let's say that I'm after a few minutes of the play, I already had some experience. Let me grab the 2 yellow and 1 green die. So I'm grabbing 2 yellow dice and 1 green die. I will do something like that. And Rafał found me an enemy, and I will use my special item, my whip, and it gives me additional white dice. So altogether, this is my pool of the dice, and what I need to achieve during the combat. During the combat, I want to connect all the hit points of the enemy. So I need to connect this hard icon with this hard icon with this hard icon. If additionally I will cover this icon, I will learn from this enemy something. I'm not going to torture him. I will just ask him politely about some things. And here, if I cover this icon, I will get experience, and therefore I will improve in exploring, or I will improve in a fighting. So these are my choices. I need to cover these 3 icons, and hopefully I can cover this or this icon. So one roll. We call this mechanism one roll. This is a one roll. It gives me all the things that I need during the fight. So this was my roll. I got these 2 rolls and this and this. And this shows what shapes I will receive during this combat. This is a super poor roll here, and a little bit better roll here. And now is my choice how to put these Tetris shapes on this enemy to kill him. So for instance, I can put this here, I can put this here, I can put this here, and I can put this here. So I was not able with this poor roll to grab this experience point, but at least I learned something from this guy, because I covered all the hearts and I covered the gossip icon. Unfortunately, I also covered the yellow spaces. This is a yellow space and this is yellow space, and the yellow space says that he wounded me, so I got some wounds. So in this one very quick roll, I just get 2 wounds, but I killed the enemy, and I get some gossips from him. I get some rumors. I know something about the story in the game. So we call this mechanism one roll, and it is crucial for me to understand that the roll is a little bit of tactical. You need to think what you do in the combat, how to put these Tetris shapes to get the most advantage from the combat, and it is just one roll, bam, and we can move on to the next stage of the game. So it is not a drag like playing Dungeons and Dragons and resolving combat for half an hour. This is something different. How long are the chapters? Ask Sylvester. So one gameplay is about 90 minutes. Just average classical board game, modern board game is about the 90 minutes of play. And as you can see here, for instance, this particular scenario, because this scenario is different, but this particular scenario has 9 rounds. You have 9 rounds to resolve this, and each round consists of 4 actions. So you will have all together 36 actions to solve the whole thing. We just found it, and thank you. Do we have like a special sound, a special effects, of special? Oh, no, don't think. that was like we have some pre-constructed sound. We don't. This is cool. This is cool because that means that you high five. With how many people are watching? 35 people with us, 35, 36, 37, 38 people altogether during the one live stream. Thank you for support. Thank you for believing in us and in this game. Congratulations. Thank you. We appreciate that. Congratulations to Rafał. He is co-designer of this game. How long was the chapters? We just said it. Yes. So guys, do you have any other questions? We presented you how the combat works. We presented you how the exploration works. So we presented you a very short how the actions work. Here are the crafting items, getting items.
Maybe I will say a word about the universe, because it's not that obvious. Because as you may know, Thorgal is based in the universe of the really classic comic series. But the thing is, it's classic in France, Belgium, Poland, because the creators of the series was from that countries. Yeah, so it's pretty strong in Europe, but not in the US, not outside the Europe. So Thorgal is
after publishing this game, it will be super popular.
Yeah, it will boost it so much. I cannot wait to see it. So yeah, Thorgal is a Viking, or at least he believes so in the very beginning, and the whole universe is early medieval Viking lands, and then Thorgal starts his travels, and then he crosses the oceans, the ocean flying with a flying ship, or he goes to Mediterranean lands and sea, and has traveled, has his adventures there. Then he searches for his kids and his wife all over the Europe, all over North Africa, the Africa itself, and then he meets and he discovers that there is also one more layer in this whole universe. That means this sci-fi theme with the travelers from stars, and it turns out that he's not that ordinary Viking after all. So yeah, very cool, very adventurous universe with a lot of very dedicated fans in Europe.
More than 40 albums of the main line, 3 spin-off series dedicated to most beloved characters from the main line. Altogether, there is more than 60 albums here in Europe. You can grab your copy, I guess, somewhere online in America or any other different country. The first album that we recommend is Betrayed Sorcerer, which is super amazing, simple story that introduced Thorgal to the reader, so check it out. Adam says spoilers. Ruby asked, are the dice going to be wooden or plastic? I believe these are wooden dice, but to be honest, I was, I don't know, I was developer, not in the production, but I believe they are wooden. But you will see in the campaign, it should be answered, and if not, we will answer it in the upcoming days to make it super clear. We promised to stay with you half an hour, and believe it or not, half an hour already passed. It was super quick. I'm checking my notes because I wanted to tell you all the important information. So yes, we talked a little bit about the game. We talked a little bit about the world. We presented you some secret balls that are not yet presented on GameFound. Once again, I want to say very clearly, visit our campaign every single day because we have daily unlocks. Not every day, but almost every day there will be a daily unlocks. So be with us. We have a lot of surprises for you, lots of small gifts to unlock for you. And that's it. Thank you for being with us during the actual funding of the game. Super cool moment. We appreciate you. Now it's time for us to rest/celebrate. And tomorrow we'll prepare you another day with Thorgal, with another update, with another unlock, with another surprise, and of course we will answer all your questions that you put in the comment sections. We are ready to rock with you for these couple of days and be with you very close. Emil says, now I see that you've discovered perfect way to combine Robinson Crusoe with the first Martian. This is obviously Thorgal because this IP combines medieval with sci-fi themes. Emil is right. This is true. This is a fantasy comic book series with the sci-fi element. Once again, check out Thorgal. This is a brilliant comic book series. We strongly recommend to check out at least one album to see how it works for you. It's super popular here in Poland. It's super popular here in France, in Belgium, in Europe in general. Tons of comic books released. Check out our game. Once again, we made it available for you. Tabletop simulator mode of these first scenarios. You can check out the one of the 7 scenarios by yourself, invite your friends, or play it solo during the weekend or maybe in the evening. Have fun, see how it works, look how smart the action selection system is. It's absolutely unique. Never seen in board gaming yet. It's super smart. Kudos to the designer team. Great stories here, a lot of replayability. Have fun. This looks great, says Carolina. I wish you the best. Carolina, thank you for kind words. We wish ourselves the best. We wish you the best. We wish all of you. Once again, thank you to all of you who came. It was great to see some faces that I know and I appreciate. Do and Ruby Waters. Greetings to you from Poland once again. Bye and see you in a couple of days because we will have some more videos on this channel very soon.